By 1917, the skies over the Western Front had become a pretty dangerous place. The Royal Flying Corps, which started back in 1912, was mainly there for reconnaissance, spotting artillery, and more engaging in dogfights. The losses were brutal. Lots of enemy fire, accidents, and let's be honest, these early planes weren't exactly crash-proof. To keep up with the demand for pilots, the RFC put together a training program that was pretty tight but often rushed. They took regular young guys, most with zero flying experience, and quickly turned them into capable pilots with basic knowledge. Now let's talk about recruitment and selection. The RFC attracted adventurous, often well-educated young men, typically aged 18 to 30, from diverse backgrounds. Many were from public schools or universities, drawn by the glamour and danger of flying. Physical fitness, good eyesight, and mental sharpness were key, though early in the war, standards were sometimes lax due to urgent needs. Candidates underwent medical exams and interviews. The RFC preferred those with mechanical aptitude or prior experience with engines, as aircraft were temperamental. By 1917, the process was more selective, weeding out those unfit for the stresses of aerial combat. Now, let's talk more about the basic training structure. In 1917, the RFC's training program was structured into three main stages: ground school, preliminary flight training, and advanced instruction. Training took place across various RFC training centers throughout Britain, including at Oxford, Reading, and Netheravon. Duration of the training was usually between 4 and 8 weeks, often located at universities like Oxford or Cambridge, and dedicated RFC training facilities. Cadets explored the basics of aerodynamics, such as how lift, drag, and thrust operate. Instructors used models and diagrams to help explain these ideas. Trainees gained knowledge about engines, like rotary engines such as the Gnome or Lerone, and aircraft structures. They practiced simple maintenance tasks, which were essential since pilots often had to troubleshoot issues in the field. Cadets learned to navigate using landmarks, compasses, and basic maps, skills essential for reconnaissance and patrol missions. Military skills were a part of the program too. They included drills, discipline, and fundamental tactics. They also studied Morse code for signals and how to observe artillery targets. The training included intense physical exercise to prepare cadets for the demanding nature of early aircraft, which required strength to control. Cadets typically lived in barracks or billets under strict discipline. The atmosphere could be intense, but camaraderie was strong, often leading to lifelong friendships. Failing to pass ground school usually resulted in reassignment to non-flying roles or discharge. This comprehensive training laid the groundwork for effective pilots, blending practical skills with military discipline in a challenging environment. Let's take a look at the life and risks of the training. Trainees would wake up early, often at dawn, taking to the skies when weather allowed. Afternoons were spent in ground school, while evenings were dedicated to studying or socializing. The discipline was strict, but the camaraderie within the RFC created a proud, close-knit community. Training was inherently dangerous. Aircraft were delicate machines with unreliable engines, and no parachutes were available. Bad weather, pilot mistakes, or mechanical failures often led to crashes. In 1917, hundreds of cadets lost their lives or were injured in training accidents, though the exact numbers are hard to pin down. Despite the dangers, the excitement of flying and the opportunity to serve the king and country kept morale high. Earning one's wings was a symbol of achievement and honor, though many understood the grim reality awaiting them on the front lines. By 1917, the Royal Flying Corps was under important pressure to provide pilots for squadrons in France and other fronts. After earning their wings, many pilots were assigned to operational units with little to no combat experience. Some received additional training in France and finishing schools, but a large number learned their developed through on-the-job experience. For new pilots arriving on the Western Front, especially during intense battles like the Battle of Arras in April 1917, life expectancy could be measured in just a few weeks. The RFC's training system, though rushed and imperfect, laid the groundwork for modern flight training. Innovations like the Gosport system, standardized instruction, and realistic combat training emerged in 1917, improving pilot readiness. By the war's end in 1918, the RFC, which merged into the Royal Air Force in April 1918, had trained thousands of pilots, many of whom became aces or survived to shape aviation's future.